Yes, we are on live now.
Okay,
So
I can
the
see
audience, yes, the audience will start joining us very soon. So, however, I can start the session by describing myself. So, hello everyone, whoever is going to watch us today. So, this is Avijit Kuri. I'm from JRK International Education Consultants. As you know, like JRK International Education Consultants, we are based in Sweden. We are working with several countries like Sweden, Finland, Canada, Denmark, Belgium, Germany. These countries we are working with. So, and today we have a special guest with us. Is from LUT University. Is Polina. So today in our session, mainly we'll talk about studying Finland and of course about LUT University of Technology and also Lab University of Applied Science. She is from there, and she will let us know about more about the universities, programs and other things. And please feel free to keep watching the session, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask us. We'll try our best to give you the answer. So I'll go to Polina in this right now. Polina, could you please introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Polina, and I'm at the moment the coordinator for partnerships in LUT University. Well, in fact, we are not only one organization, so we are LUT University and Lab University of Applied Sciences. So we are two in one. So I'm actually responsible for promotion of Finland abroad because it's a great place to go, and I have in fact been a student in Finland. I'm originally from Russia, and I have all the right to recommend it to you.
All right, very glad to know about yourself, Polina. So Polina, could you please share your screen and let us know about university more, please?
Okay. Okay, just a moment.
Sure, no problem. Take your time.
Okay. Wait, why?
No problem. So, dear students, those you are dear students, those you are hearing us. So, you already know that like Polina is with us. She's from LUT University and also from Lab University of Applied Sciences, 2-in-1. So please keep watching the sessions and feel free to ask your questions, whatever you do have. Thank you.
Okay. So, I have a question. Are you able to see the presentation right now?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so I unfortunately cannot see who of you are watching, so whoever is watching, welcome to the land of the curious. So we are LUT University, and we are proud to call ourselves the Trailblazer University because we do not only give high quality education, but we try to change the world. So we have a lot of research directed to clean energy, water, and air, as well as a lot of our programs are directed at sustainable renewal. So at the moment, our international community has 6,500 members and constantly growing, and we are based in 2 cities. So, and in fact, we are the Trailblazer University, and we want to see more students with the same attitude. So, in fact, we encourage innovation, and at the same time, we aim to
Polina, sorry to interrupt you. Can you make your screen a bit larger actually? Because on another side we can see like next slide, but I think it will be nice if we can see the slide you are showing, that one in bigger way. So it could be better, just to say, if possible.
Okay.
If possible, otherwise fine, you can carry on.
Yeah, it's just to... Just a moment. Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't go any bigger. So, is everybody able to see?
No, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, but it's in as like other slide, we can see like which one will be next slide. So therefore, like this slide, we are seeing like bit smaller.
Okay.
Hope you got my point.
Okay, I get it. So you're seeing exactly what I'm seeing just in front of my eyes.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
So
No problem. Anyway, if you cannot do that, that's fine. Just carry on.
So in our studies, we follow the systemic approach. So we integrate research on air, water, energy, and businesses. So I don't know how much, if we have time, we can watch our Trailblazers
Yeah, no
video.
problem. Surely. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, let's make it full screen so that everybody can
Yeah,
see it.
exactly. I think we are not getting the sound actually.
Okay, yeah, that's actually the problem, that there is a Firefox. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. So then maybe we can skip it if we
Yeah,
don't
I
do.
think it's better to skip the videos because they lose their sense without the sound. So can you see
Yeah,
the
exactly.
presentation now?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Mhm.
well, some of your students have already been to Sweden. They know at least where Finland is. So, and surprisingly, Finland has been was the world's happiest country last year in 2019. Even though, if you have ever been to a Nordic country, you know how dark winters we can have. And at the same time, it's the world's safest country and world's greenest country. So everything for you to have enjoyable study experience. So
I know.
that is Finland. You can see Sweden just next.
Um, Polina, just one of the comments from one of our students here. Yeah, he's watching us and he's saying actually just double click on your slide, ma'am. Then maybe it will be okay. Could you please check that one? Like double click on your slide. Does it work? No?
No, it's just
Okay,
changes
no
the.
problem. Okay, no problem. No problem. Carry on. No problem. Okay. Anyway, thanks for your suggestion, Ishan, but it's not working anyway. So keep watching the sessions anyway. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. We'll try our best to answer you. Thank you.
So if you can see it on, I don't know how well you're able to see it on in the map. Well, there's a green map over there, and you're seeing that we have our
Yeah, we can
campuses
see
actually.
everything.
Yeah, so they're pretty much in the south of Finland, so maybe in the latitude a little bit higher than Stockholm.
Mm-hmm.
So you won't have if you are if you have some students in Stockholm, they won't feel much difference. So
Exactly.
as I mentioned before, we are actually two universities. So there is LUT University, which is very strong in the research, and we aim at innovation, and we have very strong master's and doctoral programs. And at the same time, we have LUT University of Applied Sciences, which provides students with work-life skills as well as encourages entrepreneurship. So we combine strong research focus on the one side, and we combine practical skills, and we are having we are basically the best of the two worlds.
Mm-hmm.
So I would, unfortunately, I have to skip it. Why is it doing that? Okay. So this is how our university in figures. We are actually quite a young university because if you compare with Europe, there are some which are date even into Middle Ages, and we have over 80 nationalities on campus. Last time we counted, it was 84.
Mm-hmm.
And 1/3 of our students are foreigners, which is quite a big number for a small country like Finland and for a university that is not in the capital area.
Yes.
So I'm in fact now based in Lappenranta, so it's kind of a small city on a lake shore, and it even featured in a Netflix series called Border Town. You can watch it. They have it with English subtitles, and it's 2 hours away from Helsinki, so not too far, and 2 hours from St. Petersburg. So when they open the Russian border, you can even visit it. So yeah, because of this program, we sometimes have to skip the videos. I apologize for that.
No problem.
So we have also campus in Lahti. It's a little bit bigger city, but still, it's about 100,000 people, and it's also located on a lake shore, and it has actually very nice concert hall on the lake shore, and it's going to be a European Green Capital next year, and it's only 1 hour away from Helsinki.
Wow, that's great actually.
Yeah,
so 1 hour by train or by plane?
By train. By train.
Okay, that's good.
So in Lappeenranta, it's 2 hours by train, and if you take a bus, it's from 3 to 4 hours, depending on which of the buses you take. There are some which take like a big, let's say, a big loop. So one of the reasons to study with us is that we have very high level of student satisfaction, because they work in a modern campus. There are always facilities for group work, and if you're in technology, then you can always have if you need a laboratory, you will always have it available. So we have also made it up to world's best university rankings. So we are in the top 400 universities, and also we are in the top 200 universities in the impact ranking. So we, as I mentioned before, we don't only provide education, but we try to change the environment we're in. We're extremely international. So 65% of our master's programs are in English, and almost 1/3 of our teachers and researchers are foreigners. And we have the largest number of international graduates in Finland. So you have plenty of options in LUT. So you have 5 bachelor's programs in English in technology, and 23 master's programs in technology and business. And in addition, if you're interested, we have doctoral studies, we have also exchange studies, and as well as seasonal programs. So here you can see all the bachelor's programs that we have. They are mostly technological. So a bachelor program in Finland usually lasts is usually 180 credits, and it lasts for 3 years. And if you get admitted into bachelor's, you automatically have a right to continue in the master's. And the application period is from 7th of January till January 21st. And to apply for bachelor's, you need your high school diploma, and you need to do the SAT test. Note that you don't need a language certificate, so SAT test is already enough. So the tuition fees is from 9,000 or 9,500 per academic year.
So for bachelor program, you need SAT score, right? For the student.
Yes, exactly. So
is there any other requirements apart from SAT?
So far, no. You need to have your high school diploma, and you need to do SAT. So for the high school diploma, you can even have it with a temporary high school diploma if, let's say that, as far as I remember, that in some countries, the students graduate from high school in the summer, so in winter, they might have the provisional certificate, but if they get accepted, they need to deliver yeah, exactly. So, but in the bachelor's programs, we have scholarships, and they are based on completion of the credits, because, primarily we're interested that the students graduate on time. So if you complete 60 credits during the first academic year, you have 50% reduction of the tuition fee for the second year. So, and the grade is not taken into account. Well, of course, we encourage you to do the best you can, but if you don't have all the excellent grades, it's fine. And you can study for free for the third year if during the 2 years of your studies you have completed 120 credits.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so in essence, you can pay 1.5 year tuition fee and complete your entire degree. And again, I would say that compared to majority of the countries, this is completely achievable. So We have a even wider range of master's programs, 18 in technology and 5 in business. In fact, I graduated from international marketing management, and I definitely recommend this one.
But is it like a part-time master's program or full-time master's program?
They are full-time.
So these master's program are full-time, right?
Yes, so the workload is designed to be full-time. Although I would say that it is possible to work during the studies, but it would be, let's say, it might be challenging, but it's not impossible. In fact, there were students who were working part-time during master studies. They were managing, but it's you have to be very disciplined. That's the only requirement from you.
So master's is for 2 years, right?
Yes, so it's 2 years, 120 credits. So
is it all masters in for 2 years in Finland?
In the universities, yes. There is masters in University of Applied Sciences are usually 1.5 years.
Okay. So right now you're talking about LUT University. So okay, understand.
Yeah. Well, I decided to talk more first about LUT than LUT.
No problem. Yeah.
So I don't want to, let's say that I don't want the students to be too confused. Although if you're confused, then write the questions in the chat or switch on your audio, because I know it's quite a lot of new information. I totally get it. So we have, in fact, 2 admission rounds. So we have a regular admission, and it has already started, and it's going to be till January 20th. And in addition to that, we have a rolling admission. So the difference between the two is that in the rolling admission, you try to fit in within a range of criteria. And if you fit all of them, if you tick all the boxes, you're in. In the regular admission, however, you compete with other applicants. So in essence, the best ones get in. So to apply for master's, you need a bachelor's degree in a relevant field. You need to complete the language test. We have IELTS, we have C2, we have TOEFL. I will show you, in fact, where you can find all the language tests that are possible. For example, with the IELTS, you have to have a 6.0 in all the disciplines. So reading, writing, listening, and conversation. You need to have GPA of 3.0 out of 5 for almost all technology degree except for chemical engineering, and 3.5 for all the business administration degrees and chemical engineering. And if you apply into rolling admission, you will have to pass GMAT or GRE test, but it's only for the rolling admission. For the regular, you don't need it.
So for regular, if they have their bachelor degree and if they have IELTS 6, in that case, they can apply.
Yes, and also they need to have their GPA 3.0 out of 5 or 3.5, depends if they apply for business, and I have to have it or higher. So I would say the safest bet would be if your GPA is over 70%, then you are good.
Okay, so forget about CGPA. So like at least if we calculate like 70% number they have, then that's fine.
Yeah, so 70 and above is good. Then language test, it can be IELTS. 6.0 is
overall score. 6.0 is overall score or like individual.
It's overall, but you have to have not less than 6. Well, you have to have 6.0 in all of them. So if, let's say, you have 6.0 in every single part of the IELTS, then you're good.
So if someone have like 3 modules, they have like 6 or even more than 6, but on other one band they have less than 6, can they apply?
Unfortunately not.
Okay, because anyway, like when the students will have IELTS 6, I mean in each is band they have like IELTS 6, in that case actually their overall score will be more than 6.5.
Well, let's say that the 6 is if they have 6 in every single every single discipline, then the average score is 6. But if they have 6 is their lowest, and then of course it will be higher than 6.
Understand.
Okay, so our tuition fee is 10,000 euros per academic year, and you have scholarships available from the first year. So the scholarships depend on your GPA. So why study in Finland? Well, we have been in the rankings of the best education in the world, so and you will have a chance to experience it by first hand. This was LUT University, so I will also, in addition to that, we have University of Applied Sciences. Can you see the presentation?
Yeah, yep.
Okay, wonderful. So as we said, it's the best of the two worlds. So you have on the one hand you have scientific expertise, but on the other side you have practical skills. And similar to LUT, we have our strategy is based on 4 pillars, but here we also added design, health, and health, because we believe that we believe in smart design and engaged citizens, as well as we are heavily focused on well-being of the society. So similar to LUT, we are actually in 2 cities and 3 campuses. So we are in Lappeenranta, which is a wonderful campus. So there is everything made for the life on campus, and well, there is a rumor that some students have been living there. So in Lahti, same thing, that there is very developed campus, very modern facilities, and well, it's slightly bit closer to Helsinki. So, and in addition to that, we have online campus. So there are some studies which you can take, and they are held fully online. And also we have some bachelor's programs which are fully online, so in case you cannot come to Finland. So the advantages of University of Applied Science, if this term is not familiar to you, is that applied sciences are directed at using the knowledge in practice. So in essence, they are teaching the skills which you would immediately need at work. So for some universities, it's common that, okay, forget what you studied in the university. This is not this case. If you study in the university and you transition into working life, this is going to be quite a smooth transition, because you already know the working world. We now have 8 bachelor's degree programs in English, which is quite a wide variety. So we have design, we have industrial design in Lappeenranta, and packaging and brand design in Lahti. There are technology programs in mechanical engineering and industrial IT in Lahti. And we have also sustainable solutions engineering fully online. We have social services and healthcare. So there's a bachelor of healthcare, and you can work as a paramedic or a nurse after you graduate. And well, at the moment, in Finland, Finland needs more healthcare workers. So if you decide to study healthcare in Finland, you're really welcome. So in business, we have business information technology in Lahti and international business. This program is actually very applicable to many fields. So you have very wide spectrum where you can work. And in addition, we have tourism hospitality. It's one of the most popular programs among foreign students. And in fact, it's extremely hands-on, and even the students were making their own bar in the university. Now, unfortunately, with the corona, it's a bit harder to do, but before they were making their tasting events. So there is a wide range of exchange programs where you can go, and it's as you can see here. I don't know how well you can see it, but we have second largest amount of international credits abroad. So And the one that is ahead of us is Metropolia, which is in Helsinki. So we in internationality we even compete with the cities from capital area, which is I would say it's our achievement. So how you can apply? You can apply. There are actually 2 rounds of application, and we are going also to have a rolling admission. So if you now coming application round in January. So if you applying to start your studies in autumn 2021, then you need to apply next month, starting
In
from 7th
January.
of January. Yeah. So exactly. And to apply to us again, you need high school diploma. And the good news for those who don't want to do the SAT exam, you can do the online entrance examination.
Mm.
So the bachelor degree programs, they last from 3 years to 3.5 years, and the weight is 210 or 240 credits. So you can see that they're kind of heavier on the workload, but it's primarily because they have a lot of practical parts. So it's 8,000 euros per academic year, and you have 50. And there's 50% scholarship available from the second year after completing 55 credits. So, and you can have it, in fact, the reduced tuition fee if you complete 55 credits per year, which is it's kind of a good speed, but it's completely achievable.
It is. So like they must have to finish 55 credits in each year, then they will get a scholarship for next year, right?
Yeah, exactly. So the good side of University of Applied Science is that we collaborate a lot with the businesses. They do not only the students do not only do internships there, but also, for example, they order the projects from courses, and we have our startup communities. For example, Business Mill in Lappeenranta and Startup Hub and Start Hub in Lahti. So those are the services for both for students to do internships, or to, let's say, if a student wants to establish own business, then they are very helpful. In fact, we encourage students a lot to start their own business. And in the small cities of Lappeenranta and Lahti, there was a very good policy of the Corona aid for companies, because a lot of them got hit hard during the crisis, primarily because there was a lot of trade with Russia, and since the border closed. So if your company gets affected by Corona, then or anything else, we have no idea what's going on in 2021. I hope nothing serious.
Everything will be better.
Yeah, I really hope that everything will be better, and we are not going to have neither Corona, no alien invasion, nothing like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, so there was a very big help to the companies which got hit by Corona. So I will skip the slide, because I have already mentioned that we are part of LUT group, so we are not. So we have a common strategies, but let's say we still do our own job. And if something is attractive to you, then welcome to study in LUT University of Applied Sciences. Okay. Let's see.
So, are you done with the presentation?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
ready for your round of questions.
All right. So I think we have few questions here. Then I'll go with some. My profile bachelor is Bachelor of Science, Textile Engineering, CGPA 3.84 out of 4, 1 IELTS, no band less than 6. Please suggest me subject which is available for me for master's program.
Textile engineering, do you mean that your degree is more, does it have more of the actual engineering, or is it more like design? Because you can, well, for example, if your degree is textile engineering, you might consider applying to degrees in, for example, master's in chemical engineering.
Mm-hmm.
depends how is the conduct of your studies. But I would say
Okay.
any degree in chemical engineering would be great. And well, maybe industrial engineering and design could be good. Well, in fact, I will in fact send the links to the chat so that you can
Yeah,
check out
surely.
those programs.
Surely. Surely, no problem. And also, like, as actually we cannot see what's his name here, but what I will suggest you is still, if you are hearing us today, so what I will suggest you, please send us your documents to us, and then we can have a look, and then we can tell you actually what will be good for you. Because
Yeah,
sometimes it is, without seeing the documents, is very difficult to make the assessment.
well, let's say that textile engineering, it depends on the how is the course conduct, because if it's if you have more emphasis on chemistry, which I presume it might be the case, then chemical engineering might be an option. Or if you want to go into, if you're into design, then maybe, for example, there's a program in LUT called Industrial Design Engineering. So that might be also relevant. It depends how many credits you have. For example, how many courses you have in physics and mathematics and chemistry, and based on that, then you can make an informed decision.
Exactly.
But so far your GPA and your IELTS, they look quite good.
Yeah, quite decent actually. That's great actually. Like he got like 3.84 and out of 4, yeah. And no band less than 6. That's really great. So if you're really interested, what I will suggest you, please send us your documents. On the screen you have our email address, our WhatsApp, our contact details, our website details. So we are one of the authorized agent by LUT group. So if you are really interested to apply, please send us your academic documents, then we will assist you in that case. So we have another question here, like, is there any block account procedure available on international students to prove their financial means, first year living cost for residence permit at lab?
Well, when you apply for your residence permit, you need to provide a transcript from your bank. So, and in the bank you have to have for 1 year you need to have 6,850 euros. So it's so you should have about 560 euros per month on as a living cost. So well, this number might differ by year, but it concerns when you, let's say, you apply to your residence permit, and your residence permit, your bank can be in Finland, but can be in Finland or in your home country. But if you plan to stay in Finland after studies, then I recommend to have a Finnish bank account.
Yes. And also, like, I think his question is like about like block accounts, but in Sweden, in Finland, they don't need any block account.
No.
No.
If you have a student is him or herself responsible for the financial means.
Yes, I mean, if you have money on your own account, and the money should come from your parents or whoever, I mean, from your sponsor, and if you show like was the proper way you got the money, that will be fine. But you don't need any block account. Like, you don't need to send the money for you surviving in Finland, like Germany or other countries. I think.
Yeah,
It is
so
nothing
you should have access to the money, so that if you have a card, a credit or debit card, and then you access the money. So of course the bank might want to ask you for the source of money. So if they come from parents, or if you have savings from your jobs, or if you own the business, then it's okay.
Exactly. And also he wanted to know like first year living cost for residence permit, and I think it is 7,000 euro.
Yeah, it's around that. Of course, it also depends on the spending, because, well, if you have, it depends how close you live to university, how is your lifestyle. But overall, if you, you are not, if you don't live in poverty, but at the same time you're not doing anything excessive, like excessive partying, then you should be okay.
With 7,000, yeah, 7,000. I mean, that's the standard. This is what I mean. Finnish authorities say actually, right?
Yeah. So
So 7,000
in fact,
euros per year.
there is a there's Finnish migration service website. You can check there.
Yeah.
They have even more detailed information how you can apply.
Yes. Yeah, and Polina, this is what actually I've said based on immigration service, migree.fi. I mean, according to that, it is about 7,000 euro. It's less than 7,000 euro, few, but
It's a little bit less. It's a
yeah,
little bit
little
less.
bit less than 7,000. But 7,000 is like a standard, I like to say.
Yeah, so I would say that I say 7,000 because, well, it's easier to process and it's
Yes.
a safe bet.
Yeah, exactly. So I think he got his answer actually. Uh, Here is a question: without IELTS, possible masters in Finland?
You don't have to take exactly the IELTS, but you still need to take a language test. We have, in fact, the range of the tests that you can apply to.
How does it work?
For example, for the language test for master studies, you need to have or IELTS or TOEFL, and when you do the test, there is an option that you can report your score. So usually, at least with IELTS, the score are available 3 to 5 days after taking the test.
Okay, but his question is like, without IELTS, can he apply for masters?
If you don't have any language test, no.
Yes.
But you have to have. It doesn't have to be IELTS, but you can do the TOEFL. You can do. You can do PT academic. You can do C1 or by Cambridge English qualification. So either of them. So you have more options than just IELTS.
Do you accept PTE as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I have just sent the link to the chat, which is it's a link of all the language tests that we have.
Okay. So you don't have anything. Okay, no problem. Then we have another question here. What will happen if a student has paid his 1 year tuition fees and applied for residence permit, but due to backlogs and slow immigration process, the fee got delayed?
It depends how much it got delayed. If a student gets, for example, rejected, then of course the tuition fee is refunded. But if a student just comes late to the studies, then a student must contact his or her tutor teacher so to explain the situation, and also keep in touch as much as possible with the admission services to explain the situation, because we have had although we don't have it so frequently, but for example, this year there were a couple of cases like that because of the corona. Some of the centers got closed and some students got their visas delayed.
It might happen just because it is
not
unexceptional year actually.
Yeah, let's say that normally those situations are quite rare. But the thing is that this year was not normal at all.
Exactly. So this is how it is. Without IELTS possible for masters in Finland? No, right? So I think he asked this question.
You have to have some language test unless your bachelor's degree was completed in English either in a EU country or in English-speaking countries such as United Kingdom, United States, New Zealand, Australia, and Canada.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so if someone has studied in UK, Australia, Canada, in those countries, they don't need IELTS.
Yeah, because to study there in a bachelor's, you have to have very good level of English. Or if you have completed your bachelor's degree, actually in a English, but in any EU country. So, for example, if you have studied bachelor's in Sweden in English, then you don't have to pass the language test. Or if you have or if you have studied your bachelor's degree in Finnish or Swedish in a Finnish university or University of Applied Sciences. But those cases are quite rare, and then they are not. Then those are usually the students who have lived in Finland long enough.
So how about like if someone has like masters from like Sweden and then they want to do another masters in Finland?
For this, they have to apply with their bachelor's degree. So, and they have to be really careful with the degrees, because if you have, let's say, masters in business administration and you want to do another master's in business administration, then you might not be eligible. So, but if you have but if you have had bachelors in business administration and but you want to apply to some other degree, then it depends what courses you had. So
Okay, so if they apply for same degrees, I mean, they will not be eligible.
yeah,
because they
because
have already had it.
yeah, so because if you have studied exactly the same thing, so you won't have any learning outcome.
But sometimes, like like students from Asia, they would like to have almost same thing, because they know if they have it, it will give them extra benefit in their career. I mean, of
Or
course, the degrees is from Asia and degrees is from European countries. Sometimes it is not same.
well, it can be the case. For example, I have already mentioned that I'm from Russia, and some of people who were coming from Russia, they had some degree accomplished in Russia, but it was not, let's say, valid in Finland, so they had to restudy.
Yeah. All right.
So
No issues.
it happens, for example, to migrants who come to Finland at quite adult age.
Here we have another question. I have completed my graduation in electrical and electronic engineering. What is the admission requirements for this subject if I wanted to masters on the same track?
We have a master's in electrical engineering. So I will, in fact, I have just found it. So in essence, you have to have Bachelor of Science in Technology or closely related to technology, and Bachelor of Engineering if you did it in any of the EU countries. But I think, so you have to have relevant bachelor's degree, English language test, and the minimum requirement for GPA is 3.5 out of 5. And a minimum of 40 credits on program-specific studies in electrical engineering or electronics. So you need to, in essence, when you apply, you need to attach your transcript of record so that you have to have relevant courses.
And also, like from some countries, like CGP is not from 5; they calculate it till 4. So in that case, how will it be? Like as you said, like from 4 they will have to have 3.5, but when it comes from 4, I mean, what will they have to have?
The student does not have to convert the grade by him or herself. So a student needs to attach a transcript of records, and in the transcript of records you have to have a supplement, or it can be mentioned there how is the grading scale. So our admissions office has to see the grading scale, and then we convert ourselves. And
but in general,
I don't know if the student, where is the student from?
So no, because I mean, anyway, JRQ, we work with different countries, like for an example, Bangladesh, India, Sri Lanka, Nepal. So in different countries, we have like different kind of grading systems.
Yeah.
So for ourselves, like if we see like students have like 70% marks on average, then can we say like, okay, that might be okay, but not 100%. We cannot say 100%, but then we think it's okay, right? If they have like 70% marks.
So it makes you eligible. So of course, if you have a high GPA, then it's even better. The higher GPA you have it, the better. But in addition to that, you have to have relevant courses, you have to have good English language skills, and in some degrees, for example, you have to do the interview and you have to write a motivation letter.
For which one they will have to go for the interview?
Normally, interviews happen with the degrees in economics.
Okay. Despite of having their all of the IELTS and other things, but still they will have to have.
Well, because interview is it does not measure as much the language skills, but it measures the attitude, the thinking. So let's say that we would like students who have the right mentality.
Understand about the program.
Yeah, exactly.
So actually, we missed study requirements for LUT University of Applied Science. Is it same for LUT?
They are kind of similar, but there is one small difference. So you still have to have your high school diploma for the masters or for the bachelors. So for the bachelors, you need high school diploma. You can do either SAT exam or you can do an online entrance exam. So you have an option here. So if you don't have SAT, you can do online exam. For the master's programs, you have to have a relevant bachelor's degree, and you have to have industry experience of 2 years. There are not many master's programs in the University of Applied Sciences.
And is it full-time or part-time?
Bachelor master's programs in the University of Applied Sciences are part-time.
Yes, yeah. I mean, from my understanding, what I understand that like in all of the Finnish universities, those are University of Applied Sciences, the master's program are part-times.
Yes, and they are much shorter than the ones in the university. They are only 90 credits. While in the university, they are 120. And well, I would say that getting into the one in university is, well, it's a little bit easier because you don't have to have a work experience. It's a plus, but you don't have to have it.
With university, right?
Yeah, so if you go to LUT University to masters, you don't have to have work experience.
Yes, and also
So
it is good. Sorry, carry on, please.
Yeah, so if you just graduated from your bachelor's, then you can immediately apply to the master's.
Yeah, just two things. What I understood that like they have to have 70% of the result in their bachelor, and plus they will have to have IELTS 6, no band less than 6.
Exactly.
So that's the thing. And for LUT and for do you have bachelor programs for LUT as well? No, for another one. Like for LUT as well, you have bachelor programs.
So LUT, yes, they have bachelor programs. They are all in technology. So for the bachelor programs, you don't have to do language tests, but for the masters, yes, you do. So
for bachelor programs, how was the selection procedure?
For the bachelor programs in LUT, you have to submit your studies, your high school diploma, and you have to report your SAT score.
Okay, but they don't need IELTS, but they need SAT here.
Exactly. But
SAT
for the
here.
masters, SAT is not needed. So SAT is only for the bachelors. And in the University of Applied Sciences, you can do online exam instead of doing SAT.
Online entrance exam, right? You mean?
Yes. So there's going to be an online entrance exam. It usually, well, it's supposed to be in February, March. So it's going to be at that time.
And it will be online.
Yes. Well, before we used to organize them. We used to organize them through agents. We used to have them either in Finland or in different countries. But well, thanks to Corona, a lot of those centers got closed, and well, it's kind of even a good thing because sometimes it can be inconvenient for a student. So that, for example, in India, a student had to go to only one city, and well, India is a huge country, so it was kind of problematic for them to travel there.
Yes, exactly. So due to Corona, students can't do that.
Yeah, so you will be able to get a link for the entrance exam when they have when you have applied and they have accepted your documents.
That's good actually. Like so, students can apply through entrance exam actually.
Yeah, the entrance exam contents depends which program you apply to.
Yes, that's good. Polina, it will be great if you share one of the entrance exam. Format from your university, so we can have a look and we can let the students know actually how will it be. If you have any formats from before.
Well, we do not have them disposable yet, but for example,
Just let you know.
I can share when the exam will be published. I can share the material which a student can read before passing the exam.
Okay. So each year you have different things, right?
Yeah. So the material, it differs every single year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it might be kind of like similar in structure, but it's always a different type of exam, and also it depends which degree you apply to, because it's going to be different from business, and if you apply to nursing, it's going to be a totally different thing.
Understand. No issues. No issues. That's great. So, dear students, dear viewers, you are watching our session today. Today we are talking about study in Finland, and mainly about LUT University of Applied Science, and also study in LUT University. So today we have Polina with us from LUT University. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask us. She is here. She'll be happy to answer you. Thank you. So, how is the corona situation over there right now?
In Finland, we have had some spike of the cases, but it's I would say it's moderate, because we still are able to work not only from home, although if you can't work from home, then you should. We mostly wear masks everywhere. In campus, in fact, you have to wear a mask, and some of the courses, they have switched partially to online.
Understand.
And we have disinfectant in every single hand disinfectant in every single place you go.
Understand. No, these countries are very conscious about the matters.
Yeah, how is it in Sweden?
Yeah, it's same. We are also, even I'm working from home today. Even I'm home, so we are just working from home, and also we have the government said that if you have chances, don't go to office. Actually, if you can work from home, just stay home and work from there. So actually, we are just following the government's instructions, just working from home basically nowadays.
Yeah, and for example, in I am working in a student office, so the only day when we are open is on Wednesday. So, and before we used to work 5 days a week.
Yeah, that's great.
So if somebody has some urgent matter, they just write to us, and if they want something to get posted to them, or if they want to pick something up, they have to warn us in advance.
All right, no problem. And Polina, one more thing, like what's the tuition fees range in LUT University of Applied Science?
The tuition fee was 8,000 euros per academic year.
Okay, and then the only scholarship, like when they will go to the university, before they cannot apply for any scholarship. Am I right?
You can only apply to scholarship in advance in LUT University, but if in
Not
masters,
really.
but in bachelor's level, they are available only from the second year.
Like when you will finish 55 credits on average.
Yeah.
Okay, understandable. And the tuition fees, will they have to pay in once, or they can pay by semester?
There are 2 installments for the tuition fees. So there's one in, as far as I remember, in August, and there is one in March.
So it seems like before they start the session, they will pay the tuition fees, something like that.
Yeah. So the tuition, if a student gets accepted to a university, they have to pay the tuition fee as soon as possible, and then when they apply to residence permit, they have to have the acceptance letter from the university, the statement from the bank that they have the money on the bank account, and they have to have the confirmation that they have paid the tuition fee.
And then they can pay it like by semester wise, so that's good also for the students, because sometimes the students can pay it like
But when you
by installment.
when you have just applied, you have to, for the first year, you have to pay the full fee. But when you
Is it
yeah, so for the second year, you can pay in 2 installments.
okay? So first year they will have to pay all in once.
Exactly.
Okay, okay. First year they will have to pay all in once. Okay, understand. Understand. And for some reason, if anyone got rejected, they will get full money back.
Yes, so if a student applies to residence permit but for some reason gets rejected, then yes, then the tuition fee is refunded.
And also, like, do you do like sometimes like students get late to get the residence permit decision? So in that case, can you transfer it for next intake?
Well, it's possible. Then for this, I would contact our scholarships office because they know a bit more about how the process is done. But it's
It could be
so
possible.
let's say that we can always there's always like a possibility to arrange, because if a student applies and gets late residence permit, and it's not the student's fault, then yeah, we can do something about it.
Okay, okay, that's great. That's great. And is it like for all of the programs? So students have to for lab and LUT, students will have to pay all money in once for first year, right?
Yes, that's right.
And how about the tuition fees range for LUT University?
So for the tuition fee in LUT University,
Yes.
so when a student applies, then there is like a early bird reduction of the fees. So if you pay it within, was it about 2 weeks, then they reduce it by 25%. Plus also that you can immediately apply for scholarship
Uh-huh.
if you get, but you have to first get accepted.
So for LUT University, they will have to get accepted and then they will have to pay the money, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And as you said, like a 25% discount.
It's for the rolling admission. It's when you apply not from your regular, but from the rolling admission. It's a
Uh-huh.
little bit different procedure than the regular one, and you can either apply through regular or through rolling. You cannot apply through both.
Understand. But for rolling one, is it admission criteria? Is it same as well?
It's some things are very similar, but also there are some differences. So, for example,
Mm-hmm.
master studies. Maybe I could even share the screen.
Yeah, sure, please.
Okay. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Applying to master's program. So you see rolling admission. So November 1st, 2020,
Mm-hmm.
May 31st. Okay. Then go rolling admission. So you have, so let's check technology. So you have to have the relevant degree. So, and then you would have to pass the interview.
Okay.
So you have the minimum, so there is also minimum requirements for completed studies. So depends where your degree was obtained, what was your major. Okay, business administration. So you have GMAT exam. And then for each and every program, you see that there is, for example, international marketing management, a minimum of 24 credits in studies in marketing, international marketing, or international business. So you have to have studied something relevant.
Okay.
Okay, then you see GPA. So 3.5, all programs in business administration. Okay, then you see some of the technical programs where it's applied. 3.0, mostly technological programs. Okay, then it's GMAT or GRE test. It's only when applying to business studies. Okay, and then the language test, then you might go to a language test results, for example, required documents.
Language test is the same? Still for
The
regular?
the language tests are same everywhere.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Language test results in English. And here you can see, for example, there is TOEFL, there is IELTS, PTE, and you have C1 and C2. So if you don't want to take IELTS or you cannot take it, then you can consider other options. In fact, if you go to our website, you can find the links directly to registration to the exams.
Understand. So I guess it is almost similar, isn't it? I haven't found that much differences actually.
Yeah, there are a lot of similarities.
It is almost similar. I haven't found much different way actually.
Well, the idea of the rolling admission is that okay, not everybody is able to apply in January, so it's for more extended period.
Understand. So do you have early bird discount for LUT University of Applied Science as well?
For them, not so far.
Not so far.
We might have it though.
But still, it's hard to say. Okay, so I think we are done with this one. I can take it away, so we don't need it anymore.
Okay.
So for that, you have also like the tuition fees will be 8,000 almost, right? For
yes. So for the LUT University of Applied Sciences, it's 8,000 euros, and then you can have 50% reduction if you complete the courses in the timely manner. So it's 55 credits per academic year.
And for other one, the tuition fees is?
For the bachelor in LUT, it's from 9,000 to 9,500. Programs can differ by, there are some programs which are slightly bit more expensive than others. And it's similar system, but you have to complete 60 credits per academic year. So it's only the difference is 5 credits. And the difference between bachelor and LUT is that you can have your third year for free if you completed 120.
And in lab, it is always same.
Yeah, it's always the same.
Just they can get like 50. If they finish 55 credits, they will get 50% off.
Yes. So let's say that if you complete 55 credits per during the first year, second year you study 50% free, and then if you keep going with the same pace, you will be paying the same reduced fee in the third year, sorry. And then also if you graduate earlier, then you get a refund of your tuition fee. Though it's going to take a lot of work.
Though you'll pay it earlier, but you'll get it back.
Yes,
get it back from them.
So, well, we have students who graduated earlier, and I would say it's possible. It might take quite some effort, but it's possible.
Yes, it is possible. Even I've studied in Sweden, I studied in UK, Belgium as well. So I know, I mean, this kind of things, of course, like you have to give some effort, but on the other hand, it is possible. It's not impossible. And therefore you are here. I mean, your main job is studying, right? Not to do something else. So it is possible.
Yeah, so I would say that if a student is disciplined and takes effort and does enough effort and is willing to, let's say, work after studies, yes, it's totally possible.
It is. That's good. That's good. Let's see if we have any more comments. No, I think so. I think it was a really great session. Uh, Polina, thank you so much for coming here today. It was a really great session. I think our viewers, our students, they have enjoyed that session. So before we close the session, so if you have any final comments, please.
I would say thank you for inviting me, and I'm really happy that there are people who are interested in studying Finland, and especially in LUT University. And if you have any questions, just contact us, because we are really happy to see new faces in the university. And well, essentially, we are based on smaller cities, so we are encouraging international students to come there as well.
Yes.
So Finland is not only Helsinki.
No, exactly.
Although it's a good place, but let's say Finland is much bigger than that.
Exactly. No, that's true. That's true. So thank you, viewers, those you are watching us today. It was really a great session with Polina from LUT University and Lab University of Applied Sciences. And before I finish the session, I would like to say thank you to Polina one more time for coming here today. I know you are very busy, and I think after finishing this session, you have another meetings or something. But still,
yeah, there's a webinar.
all right. So by still you manage the time to come here today, and I got to know lots of things. And still, if I have any queries, even myself, I will definitely ask you and Otto for having more answers. I mean, more we know. I mean, like slowly we'll get to know lots of things, because we like just signed up the contracts like 2 months back, so it's still taking us to understand about all of the things. So once we'll cross one session, one intake already, then we'll know better about the university. So for us, it's also learning period about the university.
Yeah, so I would say that read through our pages, ask us questions, and most importantly, stay safe, because studies are great, but your health is even more important.
Exactly. We have to be healthy and safe, then we can definitely study. And I think in next year it will be really good. I mean, next autumn at least, as vaccination will come. So anyway, so thanks, Polina, for coming here today, and for giving us your time. And thanks to everyone, those you are watching us today. I hope you have enjoyed the session. So still, if you have any confusions, you are really interested to apply, we have to make the application in January. So please feel free to contact us. On the screen you have our website address, WhatsApp, and also our email address. So please feel free to contact us.
Yeah, thank you for this session, and have a nice day or evening, depending what you have over there.
Thank you, Polina, and thank you, viewers. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.